Hey everybody, so today we're going to talk about interviewing, and I want you to watch this video and then we're going to talk about it.
I've interviewed thousands of candidates throughout my career in corporate recruiting and HR. And do you want to know the number one thing that makes candidates stand out in that initial interview? It's actually what questions they ask in the interview. So I'm going to share 3 examples of questions that you should be asking if you are actively interviewing. The first is you want to know why the position is open and why they're interviewing external candidates. There's nothing worse than getting an interview request for a position that you're really excited about, only to find out that they're also considering internal candidates, and you want to know why the position is open, whether or not somebody was promoted, if it's a newly created role, or if somebody was terminated.
So I don't know, I don't really agree with this premise that we need to ask the interviewers, what made this job available. It sounds like a good question, but what's the value of asking that question? Like, and how do you benefit from knowing how the job became open? I mean, it's open. That's all you need to know, right? I mean, the reason why I don't really like this question is because you never know what happened. It could be the person who was in the role was really awful and it brings back unpleasant memories for the people who you're talking to. They're happy to get rid of that person and glad to find somebody new. Or the person that was there got promoted, and whatever the situation could be good or bad. But in the event that it is bad, you're now causing them to conjure up these bad memories of this person who was in the role, and now they have to come up with something polite to say, and it's not necessary. It's immaterial to you getting the job. So I don't know why you spend your time asking that question. And most of the time, sometimes in the interview they'll tell you this anyway. So by the time you get a chance to ask a question, that's already been covered. I don't like this question, and I'll encourage you not to ask it. Let's not do that.
The second question that you should be asking is, what is the current skill gap that the team is experiencing, and what qualities don't they have? And you want to relay the qualities that you do have in your interview answers.
So she asks, what is the current skill gap that the team is experiencing? Also don't like that question because it's clear they need the BA skills. That's why they're hiring for a BA. I don't like people asking silly questions or questions that put the interviewers in an odd position to have to state the obvious. The skill gap that they are experiencing is the skills that they're hiring for, right? So I don't know. I don't feel like that's a valuable question to be asking. What you could say is, how is the team culture? Like, what are the things that the team is working on? Like, maybe something like that. I have a particular question I like to tell my consultants to use, which is basically asking them what kind of projects they're working on and how you can come in and help them. But I don't want you to ask them what is the skill gap, because they want your skills. That's why you're in there. Guys, let's be smart about this, okay?
And the third question, which is so important, is you want to verify what the salary budget is for the role.
Don't do that. Don't. Listen to me. Do not bring up salary in your interview discussions. When you are interviewing, you need to talk about the role and your skills and how excited you are to work with the company. Do not bring up salary. The reason why you should never bring up salary is because it's going to give the impression that all you care about is the money. What is understood doesn't need to be said. It's clear that you're there because you're going to get paid. You're not offering your services for free. But don't make that the point of the conversation. If you end an interview and the thing you ask about is what's the salary budget, oh my God, it doesn't look good. Don't do it. Don't follow this lady. You want to get the job, right? The salary conversation will be had at 2 points. At the beginning, when you're talking to the recruiter, you'll ask about the salary range, and they actually will ask you because they want to make sure that you're in their budget anyway, that they can afford you anyway. So not most of the time, you don't even have to bring it up because the recruiter will tell you what the salary range is in the very first conversation most times. And then you talk about the salary at the end when they actually make you an offer. When they make you an offer, then you negotiate your salary. Don't bring up salary. in your interview conversation during the interview session. Don't bring it up, please, please. So you have to be careful of some of the advice that you get on the internet. I mean, I am in the BA space, and a lot of these people are just giving you generic advice that could apply to any job, any interview. But I'm telling you specifically about the BA role, and I think there are some things that may apply to other roles that you just don't want to do in a BA interview. Again, I do have a consult called the BA Interview Success Blueprint. I have a lot of success with it. And most of the time, I'm dealing with people who are, most of them are just starting out in the BA field, and some people have been working in another field, and now they want to transition to the BA role. I also have a lot of people who are immigrants who just came to the US or just came to Canada, or just came to the UK, and they're trying to find their footing. And so I have a good base of immigrants that I help as well. So if you're an immigrant, come on over. You have a family over here. But in general, I offer advice that's practical, that will help you get the job, right? So that you can get in there, you can showcase your skills, and you can present yourself as a professional business analyst and ready to start working with that company. All right. So hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.